Hi, this is Chris Hanbury, your new squash director, and I just want to thank everybody for all the messages so far and the committee for deciding to hire me as your squash director. Unfortunately, we can't get into the club for a little while, so I thought it would be nice to share a few excellent exercises that you guys can do from home. I got 6 that I would do from little kids to older players, so I hope that you can kind of pick and choose, and depending on your ability, injury history, then you can kind of pick some that maybe will work from you, and it'll help your transition back into squash. Make sure nobody's getting hurt, and make sure that you're staying fit. And if I'm coaching you, it'll make my life quite a bit easier as well. So the first exercise is the bear crawl. Bear crawl, you're on your all fours, knees are slightly bent, pushing up with my hands so my arms are really straight, engaging my core, trying to keep my back flat. It's a lot harder than it looks. You're actually going to take little steps with your opposite hand and foot. Okay, and you can go forwards, backwards, okay, sideways. Okay, the idea is about core stability, so engaging your core. I used to do this a lot at the gym. My trainer would put like something in my back, and I'd have to do the bear crawl for a certain distance. If that fell off, he'd put that marker back on and back to the start. Okay, so that's a really good one to warm up, engage your core, good for hip mobility. Second one is the plank. Okay, a few different ways you can do planks. So just like this, down to your forearms. Okay, make sure there's no slouching down or up where you're really not engaging your core. Okay, so really again, focusing on the posture, trying to be as flat as a table. Again, someone could balance something on your back. Make sure that your core is really engaged. Think about kind of sucking in your belly button to your spine. And also, you can go to side planks. Okay, a few different ways to do those. Okay, you can be down like this, you can be up like this, foot here, hand up here. Okay, you can have a weight here. Again, try to make sure no slouching. Okay, you want to keep your core engaged, keep a straight line right through your feet, right up to your neck, a straight line from your elbow, shoulder, shoulder. Okay, so focusing on the technique, not necessarily the length of those planks. Third one, push-ups. Okay, very simple but good kind of core and upper body exercise. Don't need any weight. Okay, a few different ways you can do push-ups, changing your grip. But again, just trying to do, it's probably the main kind of upper body exercise of the 6. Okay, number 4 is going to be a squat. So how to do a squat properly. Shoulder width or slightly wider than shoulder width stance, feet facing slightly out, and then make sure you're sinking into your heels. Some people end up on their toes, so trying to go down in your heels, and I try to go to quads around parallel to the floor, but up to your ability. If you can go, don't go right down, but see if you can go down to here or there, that's fine. If you have trouble keeping the weight into your heels, you can put a squash ball under each toe, and that'll kind of put that weight back a little more, keep you more balanced. Try to make sure your back is pretty straight and you have good posture when you do that weight, or when you're doing a squat. So if you did want to add weight, then you'd stay a lot more stable. 5th one, okay, again, really important for squash, the lunge. Okay, so what I recommend doing is just trying to see if you can hold a lunge. Okay, so I like to do my lunge. I focus on the front leg, 90-degree angle here. Again, this doesn't really do much for me, but depending on your ability, how many lunges you've done, how strong your legs are, if you're injured, I try to go down a bit lower, sink my hips, try not to be too forward, and then try to see if you can hold that for a minute. Okay, and then make sure you're building up both legs. Okay, a lot of people are going to be a lot stronger on their more dominant leg. Last one's a little trickier, one-legged deadlift. I'll try to demonstrate, I guess this way. There's not a lot of space, but basically what I'm going to do, anchor my one foot, make sure it's really firm on the ground. I'm going to pick a spot to help me balance on the floor. I'm going to stare at, slight bend in my knee, and then I'm just going to pivot my hips. I don't have enough space here, I'll do it forwards, but I'm going to pivot my hip so I'm not actually bending and breaking my core. So core's engaged, and then you're hinging at the hips. Okay, it works posterior chain, glute, and hamstrings. Okay, so this is how it looks going forwards. Okay, so slight bend of the knee, picking my spot, and then I'm gonna just pivot. And then how far down you go depends on your balance, okay? But again, you don't need any weight, and if you haven't done this before, or many deadlifts, probably just do 3 or 5 on each leg, and you'll feel probably feel it the next day. So I hope you enjoyed those 6 exercises. Again, if you can do some of those at home, I think it'll make you just feel a little bit better. If you're doing a lot of sitting around, lying around, it'll help your squash game. It'll make a big difference in your posture, your core strength, you know, getting the quads, hamstrings, glutes, everything. So I think that'll make your transition to squash a lot easier, a lot safer. You won't get injured as much, and it'll make my job as a coach a lot better and easier as well. So I hope you enjoyed those exercises today, and hopefully the club will open soon, and hopefully it won't snow anymore.